Good evening and welcome to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. I'm meteorologist Ron Childers along with my sidekick Lydian Coombs. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you, Ron?
I haven't seen you in ages.
I know,
here.
it's been a minute.
I mean, I see you in the office every
Yeah.
day, but we've not done our thing here in a
I know,
while.
it's been a minute.
But we've got reasoning to do so. Now, there's a lot going on with Action News 5 today. Of course, we've had some changes in our anchor positions and shifts there, but the big story has really been this new deal we have with the Memphis Grizzlies, and a game is on tonight on Action News 5. So yes, you can see the Grizzlies play for
That's
free.
right. We have it on a monitor.
I got it going on right
can
now.
see
So it's 39-55. Grizzlies are winning. But I'm here tonight to talk to you about weather. And Lydian is my sidekick tonight as well, because she is going to be just moderating the comments coming in on our social media platforms. So just a reminder, you can watch us on Amazon Fire, Roku, Apple TV, YouTube, and on the Action News 5 Facebook page. So tonight, we're going to take a few minutes here to talk about the weather that's been coming our way. And Lydian, I got to tell you, the weather we've had has been absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, I went to the Metal Museum today.
I love the Metal Museum.
And oh, it was just so beautiful. It was very nice.
Yeah, you know, I was very fortunate to be crowned the king of the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Yeah, that's right.
2 years ago.
And you won't let anybody forget.
Oh, no, I won't. And the crown was made by the artisans at the Metal Museum.
I forgot about that.
Absolutely beautiful. And unfortunately, the parade this weekend, it's scheduled to take place this weekend, I think at noon. Weather may put a damper on that, so we will see.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I won't be there for it because I'm going to be here this weekend tracking storms.
Well, we appreciate you, Ron.
Thank you very much. We have some storms to get through. As a matter
Let's
of fact, we're looking at 3 rounds of storms that are coming our way. The first one is going to move in tonight from a disturbance that's now just really coming together back into Texas. Then we're going to see another one move through on Friday night. That's going to bring the threat for strong to severe storms to the area. That will be followed by a resurgence of that same system on Thursday, but it's going to get a little push from a low pressure center coming out of the southwest. So really 3 disturbances bringing with it the potential for 3 rounds of strong to severe storms. So let's get right to it. Let me show you what's going on right now. This may be a little bit of a blurry view. I forgot to change the focus on our Best Care Home Services camera. This is Midtown looking to the west. It's kind of a, I don't know, kind of a Pollock-esque maybe, you know?
Yeah.
What's the artist that would kind of accurately describe?
It does. It does look like a painting.
Kind of starry nights of sorts. Although there are no stars. By the way, we had sunshine today. It was gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. We hit 78 today, but now clouds are rolling in from the west, and those clouds are leading in an active pattern, and we're talking about rain and the potential for severe storms, and that possibility is for the entire Mid-South over the next 3 days. So let's talk about it, shall we? Because after a dry start to the week and some great temperatures, we're looking at rain coming into play late tonight and lingering into early Thursday. The rain chance for Friday is very low. I think actually Friday's going to be a really nice day. And then we're going to see rain and the potential for thunderstorms on Saturday. And as a matter of fact, over the next 7 days, Saturday, the most likely day for rain. Another chance comes into play next week on Wednesday. But it's Friday, Saturday we're keeping a close eye on. As a matter of fact, Storm Prediction Center today placed an enhanced risk of severe weather over the entire Action News 5 coverage area. Now, an enhanced risk is a level 3 on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being high threat, being that level 5 and the greatest probability for severe storms. But we're at a level 3 for the entire coverage area. However, most of Friday is going to be kind of nice. But nonetheless, because there is an enhanced risk, we're making Friday and Saturday, first alert weather days here in the Action News 5 coverage area. Let's check it out because, yes, indeed, we are going to be tracking storms. First round moves through late tonight. We have a second round that comes in Friday night, and then a third round that will move through Saturday. And that's going to encompass a big part of the day Saturday. We're going to talk more about timing in a moment. By the way, if you have questions, as I mentioned, Lydian is moderating our comment section. If you have questions, if you're watching tonight and want to know more specifics, if you're on Facebook, you can enter a question there in the comments section. I think that's the only way we have to get questions. Am I right, Lydian?
Well, you can comment on our YouTube platform as well, but I don't think Ron has an account with us there. So, but he can reply to your comments as well as us, the digital team, through Facebook. It's just a better way, but we do look at the YouTube comments as well. Don't worry.
The last thing I need is another account and another password to forget. That's, so that's why I've got you here.
We try to keep it simple for everybody.
Thank you, Lydian. All right, let's get back to it. Let's talk about what's coming our way tonight, because you can see clouds are already streaming in. This is the live clouds and radar imagery, last updated at 7:57. So here we are. You can see all that moisture streaming in from the west, and really not a lot going on with it. But there's a disturbance that's really closer to Dallas, and that is going to lift north and east overnight, and that's going to bring about our first round of rain and thunderstorms for late night tonight, and more specifically early Thursday morning. Let's check it out, because from now until midnight, it's mainly clouds, but look at this. We're still going to be in the low to mid-range of the 60s at midnight tonight. Now, here's something to keep in mind. The average high for this date is 63 degrees, but we usually hit that in the afternoon. And tonight at midnight, we're still going to be well above it. So that gives you an idea of the warmth that's still going to remain in the atmosphere, and there's going to be some instability as this approaches. So from midnight until about 4 a.m., that's when I think we're going to see it really start to spread out over the area, and there could be a few bands of precipitation associated with this, and some heavy downpours, maybe even some small hail associated with it. I'm not really that concerned with the severe weather threat here in the Action News 5 coverage area, but I can't rule out the possibility of a couple of these rogue showers or storms really starting to pick up a little bit of momentum. And you can see, especially around northeastern Arkansas, you get around Blythefield, just to the west of Blythefield, in Mississippi County, even in Craighead County, and in Shelby County, we could find some downpours coming through there. So that's what you need to be aware of for the early morning hours. Don't be surprised if you hear some loud rumbles of thunder, maybe even some heavy rain coming down. By 6 a.m., most of the activity should be along and north of the 40 corridor, but there could still be a few isolated cells that bring with it the potential for some stronger storms to those particular areas. By 8 in the morning, again, the greater threat closer to the Missouri Boot Heel and northeast Arkansas, but the potential will still be in the area up through around 10 o'clock. I think as we get to noon, most of it's out of here, but we may find a couple of stray showers that linger into the early afternoon hours. But look at these highs. Even with that coming through, we're still going to be above average tomorrow with temperatures in the mid-70s as we get into the later afternoon hours. Now, here's some good news for you. Skies should clear out nicely tomorrow evening. I'm hoping clouds remain at bay for late tomorrow night because we have a lunar eclipse tomorrow night. Did you know about this, Lydian?
I did. I heard about it through national news, and are we going to be able to see it?
That's the big question. Now, is there an article on our, do we have anything on our website?
There is. It's not on our homepage, but I can throw it up there before the night ends, just so it's easier to find. But we do have a story online on our
That's
website.
cool. And here's what a lunar eclipse is. It is when the Earth's shadow, it passes between the sun and the moon, and the Earth's shadow is cast on the moon. As a result, the moon turns a blood red. So it's kind of a lovely sight. I've witnessed a couple myself over the years, but our chance to see it here is going to start right around 1 a.m. and will peak at around 3:55 a.m. But the big question is, will we have clouds in here at that time of the morning, early Friday morning? But I am a little hopeful right now, given the fact that clouds are going to clear out as we get into Thursday evening. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to see the lunar eclipse here. But we won't be finished with our severe weather yet. Let's pick it back up, shall we? Because even though we're going to be in for a relatively calm night tomorrow night, and overall pretty good day tomorrow, 40% chance of thunderstorms, 7 tomorrow morning. Drops to 20% at noon, but we're still likely going to be dealing with clouds. Skies should be partly cloudy at 3 and 5, and mostly sunny at 7 tomorrow. We'll get in the low to mid range of the 70s around the area, and should be mainly dry for the afternoon hours. Then things get a little different. This is where we get to Friday, Saturday, first alert weather days, all right? Even though the majority of the day Friday is going to be nice, mild, we're still looking at potential for heavy rain and thunderstorms to move in late Friday night. We pick up Futurecast at noon and roll through till 8 o'clock Friday. And notice little of anything other than some clouds by 8 in the evening Friday. So if you've got Friday night plans, you're going to be in pretty good shape. But I want you to get home before midnight. And here's why. That line's going to start making a push to the east. It's going to become a little more linear. There's going to be a little more instability for this to work with. And I think we're going to hit 80 on Friday. 80 degrees should be the high. Wow. Yeah, right? I know. 80's the high on Friday. So it's going to be a warm day. We're still going to have some latent heat in the atmosphere. There's going to be fuel for this line to feed off of. From midnight Friday night through around 4 a.m. Saturday, it makes a push to the east into West Tennessee, northern Mississippi. That doesn't really look that impressive. However, the dynamics will be there for downpours. We could see some very heavy rain or periods of very heavy rain. There's also the potential for some large hail. There's going to be a big pocket of dry air in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. And if that filters down to the surface, well, with a decent updraft, we could see some hail forming and get some large hail out of this, especially in the late night, early morning hours of Saturday. So that's something I want you to be aware of. Now let's pick it up from 4 a.m. and roll forward to around 8 o'clock Saturday morning. Notice a little bit of a lull, but we're not finished with the system yet because a portion of it's just going to kind of not really stall, but slow down, especially as the front itself extends from Nashville down to around the Mississippi Delta. That line, as we get to around midday, is going to start to intensify. We get a little daytime heating into play because it's still going to be warm. There's still going to be a southerly flow feeding that moisture. And as a result, we could see some stronger storms from noon to 4, especially in our eastern counties. You go from around, let's say, Selmer and McNairy County on through Alcorn County down to Lafayette County. There could still be the potential for damaging wind and isolated tornadoes in that area. That's also where I think we're going to find the heavier precipitation as that system's moving on through. Now, as we get into the evening hours, after 4 p.m., we're going to be in pretty good shape, but we're still going to be dealing with rain over much of the area. I think the severe weather threat will be well to our east and northeast, but we're still looking at the chance for showers to linger into Saturday night. So look, if you have Saturday plans, just know you're probably going to be best served just staying at home. Stay inside, enjoy the day. Hopefully we won't have anything in the way of significant weather for a good part of the day, but I do want you to be in a place of safety just in case, and I want you to stay weather aware from Friday night on through the day Saturday. Now, by the time it's all said and done, we could see some impressive rainfall amounts around the area. Memphis is on track to pick up just over 3/4 of an inch of rain, and this is just from Friday, Saturday, not including what we're going to get for later on tonight and early tomorrow morning. But we could see areas just to our east and southeast, from Holly Springs to Corinth to Oxford, anywhere from 1.25 to 1.5 inches. Wouldn't surprise me if a few of those locations even picked up closer to 2 inches of rainfall. But nonetheless, the entire Action News 5 coverage area will get rain from Friday night through Saturday. Now, the severe outlook, a medium threat for heavy rain. However, the damaging wind threat is a little higher. And that's because, as I mentioned, we're going to have that pocket of dry air in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. If that starts to get forced to the surface, that sets up the scenario for damaging straight-line winds, and it could also feed into the tornado threat. Now, I think the hail threat is a medium threat. I'm not going with a high risk for hail yet, but I think we could see some pretty decent-sized hail with this, especially as we get into the early morning hours of Saturday. Now, the tornado threat is low for our area, but it's not zero. I think the tornado threat to our east, especially in northern and central Alabama, is going to be much higher. So if you have family or friends, or if you had planned to travel there, know that the threat for severe weather, and especially tornadoes, is going to be much higher from Middle Tennessee south into central Alabama. So that's an area we're all going to be watching very closely. But we're still going to have our share of it to deal with before the weekend is over. Now, the good news is we get this out of here on Saturday. Second half of the weekend is going to be great and a little more seasonable. Sunday's looking to be a breezy day, but it will be mostly sunny. We'll have a northwest wind at about 10, 15 miles per hour. That rain chance, 5%. And something to note here, I never go a 0% chance of rain, and I rarely go 100% chance of rain. The reason being, I have in the past gone 0% chance of rain, and a little cell will pop up somewhere and it rains.
Just out of spite.
Right. There have been times I've forecasted 100% chance of rain, and maybe a small portion of the area doesn't get a drop. So now my limits are 5% to 90% in regard to precipitation. But Sunday's going to be a dry day. It's not going to rain on Sunday. We're going to be in great shape. But there's my 5%. The weather guys, Eric and Patrick think I'm crazy for that, but it's just one of those things I've learned over the years. Also, Dave Brown taught me never go 0% for rain, especially in the summer months in the Mid-South. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. You get in the summer, it can pop up quickly.
For sure.
All right. So, have I said get the app?
Get the app.
Get the app. Get the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. Hey, it's free for Apple and Android products. If you scan that QR code right there on the tablet, it'll take you to your app store. You can download it. It's free for Apple and Android products. It's going to be a great tool to have because you're going to have hour-by-hour forecasts for your specific location. You'll have current conditions. You'll be able to keep up with wherever the rain may be with the interactive radar right there on your phone or tablet. And you're going to get updates from the Action News 5 First Alert Weather Team. As a matter of fact, I just put a video up a few minutes ago, just before coming out here, on the potential for the rain and thunderstorms overnight tonight. So if you've got the app, you can see that right now, or you can download it and check it out yourself. And when I'm finished with this, I'm going to put another one up that details what's coming our way for Friday and Saturday, or for Friday night and Saturday. But get the app, the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. It's a great tool to have. It's free, and it's for Apple and Android products. So that's a little bit about what we're looking at, what we're tracking. I want to take a moment to answer any questions that you may have. So, Lydian, what do you got for us?
All right, let's take a look. So we had a few questions about tornadoes, which I know you covered. Low risk except out east, so check on your loved ones.
I do want to say this, though. Yeah, even though Saturday, the greater probability for tornadoes is going to be to our east and southeast, and I'm right now I'm really thinking from Selmer down through Oxford, maybe even slightly farther west from Bolivar to, let's say, Batesville, a line from there. But there is still the potential for tornadoes to develop late Friday night and early Saturday morning. Although I think the potential is slightly greater Saturday from midday until 4. But when this system moves in Friday night, we can't let our guard down for the potential for some spin up somewhere. Did I answer that the way they wanted it answered? Was that?
It was satisfactory to me.
Okay. All right. Good news.
Let's see. What else do we have? Matt Browder asks, Ron, any discrete cells in front of this or out in front of this, or do you think there will be more of QLCS events?
QLCS is a quasi-linear convective system, all right? Basically, it's a line of thunderstorms. Discrete cells are individual cells that just develop in advance of that main line, and it is quite possible that we see that. I haven't gone back and taken a look at the high-resolution forecast models just yet. As a matter of fact, I hit the ground running when I walked in the door today, so we've been from meeting to meeting, getting ready for on-air, getting our staff prepared. Fortunately, Patrick Ellis was stuck around late today, helped get the forecast going for me. But some of those discrete cells could develop in advance of that main line. And that's what I'm more concerned about from around midnight to around 3 or 4 a.m. Saturday morning. So from midnight Friday night to 3 or 4 a.m. Saturday morning, that is possible. I do think that whole line's going to catch up, though, by Saturday morning. And I think that we're going to see more of a widespread severe weather event. And especially closer to the Tennessee River and for areas farther south. So I don't anticipate that well-defined QLCS, and that's a guy who keeps up with the weather.
Yeah.
But should we see something develop along those lines, then yeah, there would be the possibility for some spin-ups to develop in it. But right now, I'm more concerned about the potential for those discrete cells that could. Those high precip supercells that may come into play. But also, Patrick and I were talking today, and we were talking about low precipitation supercells. The moisture values really are greater to our east than they will be here in the Mid-South. So we could have some rotating supercell thunderstorms that just don't have enough moisture in them, but you typically see those out in the plains. You know, the ones that don't produce a lot of rain, but they'll produce a tornado. We could see a situation similar to that here, so that's why we're keeping a close eye on things. And with the Storm Prediction Center placing that enhanced risk over the area, well, that gives us a little more pause for concern regarding that as well.
Gotcha. Thank you for the lesson, Ron.
I hope I didn't just go flume with everybody, you know?
Sometimes I think you're pretty good at explaining these kinds of things, and it really is Greek to me, but I feel like I learn something new every day because of you.
I try to take the complicated aspects of meteorology and just make it simple. And look, you go through 4 years of training to get the degree to become a meteorologist. And the bottom line is people just want to know, is it going to rain on me and what time? You know, and will there be wind? So sometimes I do get a little geeky on the weather and kind of, you know, go a little too deep on it. Joyce will oftentimes say, hey, is it going to rain today? And I go into an in-depth tutorial on what the weather process is. And I get this la la la. I just want to know, is it going to rain? So
we appreciate you breaking it down for us. Oh, absolutely not. I'd rather someone over-explain something to me than under-explain, because
then consider, not if you're in a hurry. Yeah, it's JP in the background. All right. So what else we got? Anything?
Nothing other than weather in my area, which if you can go back through this video and look at the radar that Ron showed, but you can also go on our website or the app and type in your zip code, and it'll give you, you know, the predictions for your area specifically.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing about the Action News 5 First Alert weather app. It follows you for your specific location, so you're getting more of a detailed forecast there. I do want to say this, though. I don't think everybody gets rain out of what comes through tonight. That's going to be widely scattered, isolated for many. I do think Memphis is on track to pick up some rain early morning, especially around 4, 5, 6 a.m. But the system that's going to come through Friday night through Saturday, everybody's going to get rain out of that. I think everybody's going to get some pretty gusty wind out of it and some hail. Not everybody will be getting tornadoes, and not everybody will get the damaging wind, but it is going to impact the entire Action News 5 coverage area, and that's why I want you to stay weather aware, especially Friday night and through the day Saturday. And as I mentioned earlier, if you have Friday night plans, the evening hours are looking good, but right around midnight, that's when we're going to find storms entering the area, and that's when conditions are going to deteriorate rapidly. So if you're going to be out Friday night, try to be home by midnight. Otherwise, no, you could find yourself caught in the storm. And get the app.
Get the app.
Get the Action News 5
My favorite
First Alert Weather
part
app.
about the app is your voice, Ron.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Lightning has been detected in your area. Open the WMC weather app for more.
If it's too much for you, I can show you how to turn that off.
No, I love it. I love it. The last time it happened, I was looking at furniture for a wedding party I'm throwing for our 1-year anniversary. And we were in there talking, and it was really quiet. It was a giant warehouse. And then suddenly, this is meteorologist Ron Childers. And it echoed everywhere. And we were laughing over it. I was like, yeah, it's Ron.
It's great PR. But look, stay weather aware. Everybody, and tomorrow morning you may want to get up a little early just to see where the rain is occurring. You may have to add some extra time to your morning commute. But it's Friday night, Saturday. I want everybody in the Action News 5 coverage area to stay weather aware. If you have a weather radio, make sure it is on. It has fresh batteries, and the volume is up in the event of any warnings being issued. We always want you to have multiple ways to get warnings. You know, we have the sirens here in Shelby County and around much of the Mid-South, so we're very fortunate to have that. But new home construction, many homes are soundproof now, so you need other ways besides the sirens. So having the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app will give you an additional method and a weather radio as well. And of course, should any warnings be issued, we will stream them on Action News 5. You'll get a notification. You'll see the weather bug, as we call it, right there at the top right-hand corner of your screen, alerting you to any watches or warnings that may be issued. And I do think we'll likely have tornado watches Friday night and likely again on Saturday. So just be prepared for that. Stay weather aware. It is we're right into the primary severe weather season, March, April, May. If you've spent any time here, you know that it can get a little stormy around this part of the country. So again, stay weather aware. We will keep you updated on the air, on the web, and of course on the First Alert Weather app. Lydian, any final comments?
Let's take a look real quick. Just your fans saying hi.
Hi, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for joining us tonight. And again, you can always find the Action News 5 digital desk on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. And if you do have those streaming devices and you don't have the Action News 5 app, download it. If you go to the App Store there, you can just search WMC and you can download the app. It's a great way to watch the news anytime, as a matter of fact. Our newscasts are always up there, along with other special vignettes and stories. So it's a great app to have on your streaming device. And of course, we always welcome you to watch us on Action News 5. Still got the Grizzlies game going on. It's 56-67 Grizzlies right now. They're in the second half, third quarter of the game. Woo-hoo. So we will be on after the game tonight. Look forward to seeing you, Joy Redmond, Doc Holliday, and myself. We will see you tonight on Action News 5 at 10. Lydian, thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you, Ron.
I think
appreciate it.
Eric's going to be in for me tomorrow. I'm taking the day off. I've got some stuff to take care of, but Eric will be here tomorrow.
That's
a calm day through much of the day, but I do encourage you guys to come back to the digital desk with Eric. He is a riot. Love that guy and a brilliant meteorologist. And then Lydian, what do you say we make it a date and do it again here Friday evening as well?
Absolutely,
Just
Ron.
back to back to back, and we'll have more info to share with you on what's coming our way Friday night.
It's a date.
In the meantime, you guys stay safe. Thank you very much for joining us on all of our social media platforms and our streaming devices tonight. I'm meteorologist Ron Childers for Lydian Coombs. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Stay weather aware.
Thank you.